Hey gorgeous, welcome to Eringy. I'm Erin. Welcome to your monthly energy forecast for the month of May, which I can't believe that we are actually here. I mean, this year is just going so damn quickly. So grab yourself pen and paper so you can jot down your own insights and let's get started. Alrighty, so before we reveal the theme of this month, let's sort of reflect on what was the theme of last month. So last April was all about solitude, wasn't it? About finding stillness. And it was also about you understanding where there may be a bit of an imbalance in your life that's sort of causing you to not find the solitude, the stillness, the ability to detach. Yeah. So hopefully you have managed throughout April to take some time out and sort of go a little more inward as opposed to just doing all the time. And I often find that with these themes that we have each month, they always sort of roll into the next month. So I'll be interested here to see what the theme of May is. So shall we find out? Let's go. Alrighty, so the theme of this month, it's kind of like the opposite, is accelerated motion. So we go from being very kind of pulled back, very sort of still, very kind of almost reserved in our own way last month to this accelerated motion. This is fantastic because this is basically saying that due to you finding that stillness, due to you taking that step back, due to you looking at the imbalances in your life and making some tweaks, you are able to move forward in a much faster rate than what you would have if you just kept trying at things and not necessarily enjoying the journey, if that makes sense. Okay, so this is your theme for this month of May. Accelerated motion. All right, so we're going to keep coming back to this as we continue on. Let's take a look at your current situation. As you're watching this video, where are you at the moment? Okay, so this is a funny card. Financial material changes has been showing up a fair bit lately. What I've noticed doing these readings is Spirit is constantly encouraging us to try to see the beauty in things without it having to be material. So try to enjoy the company of being with people as opposed to needing physical things to bring about those same sort of emotions, those same sort of feelings. And experiences, they're basically sort of saying life here is about an experience. And yes, material things definitely can assist those experiences, but they're basically sort of saying it's how you go beyond the human-made, the man-made objects, and how do you integrate what's already in your sphere of material things, and how do you take that and enjoy it, because that's what you have at the moment. So instead of instead of constantly striving for more, they're asking, is there a chance that you could just appreciate the here, the now, this moment? This I'm seeing is that there is a change in your physicalness. So there's a change. Hang on. Okay. Yes, there is a change. Yes. All right. What I'm getting at here is that they are saying you have been striving. So a big part of your goal or your desires or your dreams, when you think about your dream life, is that you've been striving for material things. So we're talking more money, yes, the financial freedom, and that doesn't feel like it's manifested entirely just yet for you. And so I guess that what they're saying is that it's not time yet, but you've got to get comfortable with what you have now, Because if you keep wanting more, then basically you're coming from a space of lack. And when you come from that space of lack, then that is where your energy sits. And so it's hard to attract prosperity. It's hard to attract abundance when all you're thinking about is all of the things that you're lacking in. Okay, so this is making sense now. Sometimes it takes me a while to get to it. So what they're saying is that you have abundance all around you. I mean, all you got to do is really look outside, don't you? I mean, there is abundance all around you. And I guess it's a matter of switching the program in our mind and realizing that that is a form of an abundance. And that's a form of prosperity. And we didn't have to do anything to get that. You know, the trees, the flowers, the insects, the animals, everything that is natural, we actually didn't have to do anything to receive that. It just was, it just is. Okay, so although things aren't moving as quickly as you'd like to in terms of the financial side of things, if you can start to appreciate what you do have and have the gratitude for that, then I feel like that's going to open more doors for you to find the abundance that you're looking for. But it'll be so organic, it'll be so natural because you're already in a space of appreciation. Okay, and then that way you will move forward very quickly or a lot faster than what you would if you maintained that state of lack. All right. Okay, so how's that affecting you? Well, we sort of covered the truth card, which again has showed up again. All right. We were talking about balance, weren't we, before we sort of started showing the cards? I was talking about how last month was about finding the balance. Where are you kind of tipping the scales a little bit too much in terms of the way you're living your life? What aspect of your life do you feel like you're focusing way more on as opposed to other parts? And are those other parts suffering as a result of that? So this one is all about, again, coming into balance. Let me just sort of sit with this for a little bit longer. They're asking, what's your truth? I'm like, I shouldn't laugh. Are you okay? Are you all right? Oh, my poor cat I think, fell down some of the steps just out there. And I know I shouldn't laugh. That's really terrible. But it was actually a little bit funny to see that too. Anyway, she's okay, aren't you, honey? You're all right. All right. We were talking about balance. Oh my God, that's so funny. Thank you, Maggie, for teaching us the importance of balance so that we don't fall. That was really good timing, wasn't it? I'm not even going to edit that part out. I'm just keeping that bit. Okay, so back to it. What were we saying about balance? Hey, darling. Yeah, I think she's good. Yeah. Okay, so balance. So let's take a page from Maggie the cat. Let's take a page from her book. It's really about finding our footing. Yeah, finding our footing. What is your truth? What is the thing that you really, really believe in despite what anyone else thinks? Do you believe in your goals? Do you believe in your abilities? Do you believe in your mission? I think we all sort of come to this planet and we have this sense of like a mission, and we might not be able to define it completely, but there's something in us that stirs within us. Maybe it's this thing of helping people or helping the planet, or there's something that we come here for that asks us to be of service. So when you think about that, what is your truth when you think about why am I here? What is the benefit of me being here? What kind of service do I bring to others and this planet? So because things aren't necessarily going your way financially just yet, let's say the word yet, just yet, it's affecting you in your path. You're sort of questioning, is this the right way for me? Am I following my truth? So I feel like for you to be able to move forward, for you to really be able to fulfill that mission, the accelerated motion, it feels like you've really got to start to find what that fire is. What is that thing in your soul that burns, that gives you the motivation to get out of bed every morning? Okay, what is that? Okay, so that's where you're at as a result of those changes or a result of those financial things that mightn't be coming into fruition just yet. Okay, but the truth is, the truth is that when you know in your heart what your mission is, why you're here, or one of the reasons why you're here, then you just have full faith that it will occur. You just have full trust, full belief in your path. And that's a really, really nice place to be. It really is. Okay, so if that's how it's affecting you, what are you ready to just let go of? What is this month? What does May bring for you in terms of letting things go? Okay. We've pulled the emotional loss card. What are you holding on to that means that you can't move forward? Is there a relationship in your life that constantly just keeps cycling over and over and over with no difference in the way with no difference in the way that the outcome is coming to you? May is that perfect month for you just to let those relationships that are no longer serving you go. Because if those relationships continue to stay, it means that you can't move forward. So it's pretty simple, isn't it? There's something about these relationships that are holding you back. I also feel like too that if it's not a type of relationship, because this is a collective reading, if it's not a type of relationship, it can also be a relationship with, an external being. It can also be a relationship within yourself. I feel like I want to sort of say I'm done. That's kind of what I want to say. I'm just done. I'm just done with worrying about that or thinking about this or questioning this, blah, blah, blah. Like it's this negativity or these limiting beliefs that I feel like I'm done with. So I feel like I'm tuning into what you are sort of essentially feeling or thinking within yourself, that you are done. So what is that? What are you done with? What emotion are you kind of over feeling? Obviously, it mustn't be a positive emotion, because if it's a happy one and it's all love-filled and it just feels glorious, then there's no way we would want to get rid of that. So what low vibe energy or low vibe emotion are you feeling that you're kind of like, I'm so over feeling like this. I'm sick of feeling like this. What is that for you? Use this month of May to just make that intention. Hey, you know what? I'm done with that. No more. I'm done. All right, we can use the full moon for that particular thing. So that'll be cool when we do the full moon reading. It'd be cool to sort of see what comes up from that one. Okay, so that's what you're ready to surrender to. So keep that one in mind as you navigate through this month of May. What are you embracing? What are you going to sort of bring into your life? Hey, love begins. Oh, do you know this is one of my favorite cards? I love this. Such a beautiful card. Hopefully that you can see that okay. Love begins card. This is what you're ready to embrace. How beautiful. And I keep coming back to the word balance. Everything has balance. Yin and yang, polarity, everything is always a positive and a negative, okay? So we can always deal with the negativity in our lives if we have the positivity as well. So that's what makes us resilient. If negativity keeps hitting us constantly and we don't have much positive stuff going on either, then we fall into this trap of depression, of anxiety, of chronic worry, right? So because you're finding the balance, so remember we're talking about truth here, that's how this is affecting you. Because this is what you're finding, as a result of that, you allow more love to come in because you're way more open to receive. And you've got more space for it because you've been able to release. Oh, this is so beautiful. You're able to release either a relationship that's no longer serving you or a relationship with an emotion that's no longer serving you, right? Okay, so if you want to feel all loved up, don't we all? Then I definitely encourage you to look at this one, the emotional loss one. All right, cool. So that's what's going to be coming into your life. More of the good stuff. This also is going to serve as confirmation of your movement forward, your path forward. So when it feels good, you can say to yourself, I'm on the right track. When it feels good, I'm on the right track. Fantastic. So let's have a look and see what your achievements and successes are. Ooh, okay, waiting game. Fantastic. So your achievement, what could potentially, I have to say potentially, what could potentially happen if you are flowing through what we've spoken about already? What could potentially happen? Well, you will be ready to go, ready to move, ready to take those leaps, ready to take a risk, movement forward quickly, accelerated motion. All right. So because I'm sort of saying, I'm done, I'm over this, I don't want to feel this way anymore, then you that basically stops you from waiting around as well. You realize too that nothing really is going to change unless you change within yourself. You can't keep looking out to the external world hoping that it's going to be a little different each day if you in yourself are not going to do anything about it, right? We are all responsible for our own stuff. And that can be uncomfortable. I totally get it. But at the same time, it's empowering, wouldn't you say? Don't you feel like if everything was done for you, would you ever learn about you? Would you ever understand your strengths? Would you ever understand how courageous you are? Would you ever understand what it feels like to overcome obstacles? Of course not. So it's important for us to have these obstacles and challenges. And it's important for us to go, you know what, I'm going to move forward anyway. I'm not going to wait around anymore. So this energy of May, even though for us in the Southern Hemisphere, it's almost like we're entering hibernation mode, but we don't have to stop completely. We can keep moving forward in our own right. And so your time for this month is all about going, moving forward, despite the fears, despite the risks, despite the negative emotions, despite the limiting beliefs that, can kind of continue to roll in the background of the mind. Despite all of that, you can still move forward. So that's really, really exciting. And you're done, you're over it, you're not going to wait any longer, and you're going to keep going. So yay! Oh, so good. Okay. So you are embracing love, you're getting rid of the negativity, you're sort of saying, no, I'm done, I'm moving forward. So What should you avoid for this month of May? Okay, so we've drawn the third eye chakra. Third eye chakra can be greatly inhibited by the mind. The mind. Constantly thinking, isn't it? Over and over. Doesn't really like to be still, and that's okay. We've just got to honor that. That's just what it does. Okay. Just because the mind is saying things about your path, your mission, the trajectory that you're on, just because it's saying things about it that might really feel very good or might be making you question that, it doesn't mean that you have to listen. Okay, it doesn't mean you have to listen. So that is your opportunity this month to avoid that, to not give in to what that part of yourself is saying. Third eye chakra isn't about seeing into the future. It's about seeing the truth, which is quite funny considering that we've got the truth card here. And this was about how this month is affecting you. Finding truth, finding balance. When something comes up in your mind, this is a good exercise that you can always do, is give it some space, because that's still a legitimate part of who you are as a human. So let it tell you all of the possible terrible things that could happen if you decide to follow your mission. Let it have a voice. And then once it's done, place your hand on your heart and sort of say, okay, heart, okay, soul, what do you have to say? Okay. It means that you're finding balance. Yes, you're listening to ego. You're listening to the chatter of the mind. And then you're also allowing space for your spirit to speak as well. Your higher self. The guidance you can receive that isn't tainted by negativity or low vibration. That's what your third eye chakra is all about. So you're not avoiding the third eye chakra. We're not closing it up. What you're actually doing is asking for it to open, asking for it to bring to you the truth, to help you see the truth and to help you hear it as well. Okay, that's going to make your life so incredibly easy because you're no longer going to be questioning everything, and two, serene. Last month we talked about solitude and serenity, finding the stillness. Doing this sort of thing, when you're checking into this part, the third eye, your inner knowing, right? You find those things. You find the stillness. You find the serenity. It's so much clearer. So don't avoid using your intuition. In fact, do the opposite. I encourage you to open that part of yourself up, even if it's not something that you have done before or you're not overly familiar with working with it. It's okay. You can ask for your higher self, your spiritual support team. You can ask for their guidance. You can ask for the energy that is just something bigger than you to help you see truthfully, to see clearly, and to hear as well. Okay, so try to avoid the mind, the negativity, the overthinking. Let's take a breath. Let's see what we have to close this particular energy reading for May is wisdom. The funny thing about this card is that wisdom really flows on from opening up the third eye chakra. Wisdom is about seeing the truth and knowing the truth, being the truth. I feel like you are far more connected to your true self than you have ever been. This lifetime for you feels like you've got far more opportunities to be the very person that you want to be, It feels like you can express yourself far more freely this time round than other past lives that you've had. So try not to waste that time. Diving down into the negativity is one way of wasting your time. Constantly connecting with those emotions that aren't serving you is also a waste of your time. Be careful about where you are putting your time, right? And keep coming back to your truth. Is this good for me? Does this make me feel good? Is this my mission? Is this my path? And it's going to flow so damn quickly. So this month is all about positive movement forward. So I'm excited for this one. This one it's a good month of May. There are some challenges, granted. We've all got challenges, but remember we were talking about balance. So I really hope that this has stirred some important insights within you, and you can take this as the collective reading of May, and you can associate your own personal life to these messages that have come through from the universe. And if you'd love to let me know how you feel that this resonates with you, just leave a comment in the comment section below. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do that, or give me a thumbs up and just sort of say, yes, Erin, this is a great month. Can't wait. All right, so enjoy this month, gorgeous. It's really good. You are on the right track. Keep pushing forward. Don't focus too much on the financial side of things. That'll come a little later. Just in the meantime, continue working on yourself, working on the things that really make you feel good. And we'll just sort of see how it keeps panning out for you. Sending you so much love.